So today I was trying to raise my blood pressure, so I decided to go on Twitter and just see what was happening in the old interwebs, and I discovered something really cool. I discovered somebody harassing a black cosplayer, and it was insane. It's this cosplay right here. It looks outstanding. As a matter of fact, I'll show you a bunch of other cosplays later in the video, but I want to go through the comment section. I have it on my phone here. Let's go ahead and read a few of these comments here. Freyrin isn't black, and it has the image of the rabbit meme there. Genuinely a terrible cosplay. Why is your dress blue and black instead of white and gold? Just nitpicking for no reason. Love to see it. Trying to blackwash everything is pretty telling of what kind of fan you really are, new or racist. Interesting. Love to see it. I'm all for love with women. I'm all for love with women of color, but please base your cosplays on proper characters, please. Just a little bit insane there. A little bit insane. And then shouldn't a cosplay look exactly like the character you cosplay? Nobody wants your self-insert. Interesting there. It's like reverse blackface. Now I get why you guys get so mad about it. Freyrin is about a beautiful, cute elf girl in a fantasy world. Having her be black destroys all of that. Elves aren't black. Even dark elves aren't black. Not your culture. Is that Lord Gwyn? Lord Gwyn said that. That's crazy. That's a little bit nuts. Now, those are the least offensive ones I could find. It is basically a clan rally down there. It's a little bit psychotic, a little bit crazy. But I'd like to go through a few of her other cosplays, such as this one right here, Bayonetta, and I'll keep them flashing behind me as I talk about a few things as it goes on. But I would also like to point out that a cosplayer has sadly passed away because of the bullying and harassment that has happened because of the anime community. And it's the reason I made this video is because of that passing, because she didn't deserve to have that happen to her. And a lot of people like to say, oh, this is just random. This isn't always happening. This is just the bad actors. No, it is not just the bad actors. It is everywhere. It is always happening. It's disgusting. And I'm going to cut the crap for a second and talk about just the garbage, the rot beneath this kawaii. Just garbage. It's very ugly, very familiar. It's a truth festering under the glow of convention halls and the cheerful market tested lie that anime brings everyone together. Anime is now a cultural phenomenon, and I feel as though it is now the appropriate time after the wild success of the Chainsaw Man movie, which crazy. And then we had the success of, what was before the Chainsaw Man movie? Demon Slayer movie. Boom. I'm gonna edit this and put it in. I promise I am. I promise you I am. And there are black cosplayers. If you're curious who this woman is that I'm showing right now, whoever this woman is, well, her ad is right there. Go ahead and look at that. Follow her on Twitter. She streams. She played Claire Obscure. She's an amazing cosplayer. You can see through all the cosplays that I've been shown throughout the entirety of this. She has done a crazy amount of cosplays. They're done exceptionally well, and I love them indefinitely. If you stand still long enough in that sea of body pillows and replica swords, you can hear it. The cheerful chatter sharpening into a whisper. The sidelong glances that calcify into glares when a black cosplayer walks the floor. It's the special kind of cognitive whiplash. The reason why I like DreamCon so much, because mostly black people. This community, which prides itself on celebrating the fantastical, the impossible, the wildly individual, suddenly becomes a committee of the most rigid, small-minded Puritans when confronted with a hue of skin. Every single time. Happens all the time. Don't know why it happens. Oh, you're too black. Oh my goodness. Goku's not black. Oh, you're black Naruto. No, I'm just Naruto. Nah, you're black Naruto. I know what you are. I grasp it. I get it. It doesn't match their two-dimensional fantasy. Cosplay is an art form built on this radical premise of becoming someone else, of translating imagination into fabric and foam. That is cosplay. It is beautiful. Is suddenly shackled by the most mundane, brutally disgusting nonsense when it comes simply about pigmentation. The racism isn't even subtle. It's threaded through comment sections like Poison Ivy and low-effort memes that label a black Goku or a black Sailor Moon as, oh, ruined,
inaccurate. It's a violation of canon law. It's not fun. I don't enjoy this. I'm gonna watch Seth the Programmer and Powers. Guess what I'm gonna do? Because Seth the Programmer is cool and he's racist and he grooms people. I hate Seth the Programmer, by the way. I don't know if Seth the Programmer ever sees this. I don't like you. You're a disgusting human being. I just want to point that out. That's disgusting human being. Disgusting human being. Horribly racist. Horribly messed up. Just evil human being. And with each comment, each sneer, you feel the weight of it. The exhausting burden of pretending you belong in a cathedral built from dreams that were never meant to include your reflection. This space, born from outsiders, has perfected the art of gatekeeping. And they've done it with everything. See a nerd walk up to a girl and then see him ask, "Oh, what's your favorite anime?" Oh, that's not a real anime. You only watch Demon Slayer? Watch that happen. As if they turn harassment into a hobby and exclusion into a complimentary sport. And for what? The crime of existing in a body you were born in. That's it. The harassment isn't even just edgy trolling. It spirals into something so psychologically violent, so cruelly inventive, that it has just become horrible for people. People have lost their lives because of this. The internet, the great enabler of cowards, is what it is. That's what the internet has become. Provides both the anonymity and the algorithmic reward system for this cruelty. All the time. These cosplayers become not human beings breathing behind contact lenses and spirit gum. No. Side quests. That's all they are. In this game of verbal assassination, decades of bottled up rage from people who were likely bullied nerds themselves for playing Call of Duty, or maybe they were playing Dungeons and Dragons and they were watching Naruto and getting picked on for running through the halls and being disgustingly musty. That's what happened. Now curdles into a misplaced sense of superiority. The outcasts, who once found sanctuary in stories of shonen heroes protecting the weak, have somehow metastasized into the very bullies they feared, guarding the gates of their fandom with the ferocity that mirrors their own past trauma, and a cycle of hurt repackaged as cultural authority. And in this gladiator pit, racism is the cheapest, most readily available weapon, the quickest way to punch downward without consequences, to assert a sliver of dominance in a life that likewise, or more so otherwise, offers very little. Just very little. You see it in the most damning data point of all. Black VTubers. I want you to think about this for a moment, right? I know a bunch of black VTubers who have a pale avatar and get crazy viewership. VTuber is this anime avatar mask, and oftentimes, analytics don't lie. Whiteness isn't just the aesthetic in these spaces, right next to being a childlike caricature of what you are. It's an algorithmic currency, and every time a creator feels they must erase their own skin to be palatable, a piece of the community's professed innocence dies. It reveals this truth that anime's acceptance has always been conditional, forever orbiting around default whiteness. It's disgusting. You know, it's crazy. Most anime characters are Asian, not even white. So if you want to be really accurate, everybody has to be Asian. That's why I say China's gonna take over the world. I say CCP, come on in. Just joshing. I'm just joshing. Or am I? I know a lot of people will ask with genuine confusion, why is there so much racism in the anime community? You could talk about history, about global media, about prejudice. I think the most honest answer is simply, it's very simple. It's more psychological. Racism thrives at the intersection of fantasy and identity, because fandom, for many, is an escape from powerlessness. It's a controlled universe with clear rules and archetypes, and when a black body enters that space, it represents an uncontrolled variable. It forces a confrontation with the limits of their own imagination. It shatters the escapism. For some, it is less terrifying to hate you than to accept that their beloved, boundless fantasy world is in fact too small and too fragile to include you. The racism then becomes its own form of emotional cosplay, a pathetic performance of superiority stitched together from insecurity, ignorance, and the desperate need to feel in control of something. That's all I want to be, is in control of something. Oh, that messed up my back a little bit. Golly, holy, that hurt. Shouldn't have moved too much. Oh, that was painful. God. Anyways, it's it's goofy. It's goofy. And shattering that escapism destroys everything. It does. The racism is just what they know. That's all they know. And once you see it that way, the whole spectacle seems small and pitiable, but the damage done is colossal. It forces fans to distance themselves, not because they stop loving anime. I love anime, but I just don't want to go to conventions anymore. The community stopped loving them back, is what happened. The space became contaminated. A house you once grew up in is now covered with slurs, graffitied on the walls. The deepest wound, the true tragedy, is that these stories, these epics of empathy, loyalty, and found family, whether it be Naruto, One Piece, or Bleach, taught a generation how to feel. And somewhere along the line, I don't know how it happened, that audience decided that fiction deserved more humanity than the real breathing black fans standing right beside them. They can imagine giant robots, magical girls, entire spirit realms, but they will not imagine a world where you get to play too. Disgusting. It's gross. Little known fact, I stopped going to anime conventions as of this year. Last anime convention I went to, it was disgusting. I hated every single second of it. I didn't really enjoy it overall, simply because it was weird, subtle racism that I experienced all around. And I'm in Detroit too, which is crazy, because it's mostly black people here. And I feel like you gotta be a black fan to walk into a room and understand what I'm talking about. It's this sensory experiment in conditional belonging. You know what I mean? Probably not. You cross that threshold, the automatic doors swish shut behind you, and you feel it. It's not a sound that you feel, it's a shift. The air itself gets heavier, like the oxygen has become partially replaced with the inert gas of the other people's discomfort. The lights don't actually dim, but they might as well. The vibrancy of the room seems to recede from you in a wave, leaving you in a pocket of sudden stark visibility. You came here for joy. That's the convention. For the electric buzz of shared passion, for the art you saved as a kid, for the simple human connection of seeing someone else light up at the same obscure reference. You seen Dead Leaves? I love Dead Leaves, one of my favorite movies. You know TV Head and Pandy? Oh, that's amazing. You seen Crying Freeman? Oh my god. I like the new Trigun, actually. And instead of that, you are met with the currency of glances. That's what you're met with. And not the quick, appreciative once glance over given to other cosplayers. But when I did Sun Wukong, when I did this character, people said that makes sense because you're a monkey. When I did Naruto one year, well, yeah, you're Black Naruto. It's crazy. It's nuts. It's psychotic. I hate it. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good. Never has, never will. It's just disgusting. I get this lingering, analytical stare that feels less like cool costume and more like a silent audit. It's a gaze that asks, what are you doing here? Without ever moving a lip. Your skin, the one thing you can't take off, becomes the most controversial part of your costume. And after the 5th, 10th, 50th time, it just, the cognitive dissonance starts to feel like a low-grade fever. You're spending your own money, your precious free time, to voluntarily enter a space where you have to constantly defend your right to exist within a fantasy. Cosplay, which is supposed to be about the ultimate freedom of becoming, that's what cosplay is supposed to be, becomes a high-stake emotional combat zone where your opponents are people wearing cat ears and carrying plushies. Oh my god, I just made a video about racist e-girls. It's crazy. They will lecture you about mechanical accuracy with a straight face while their own costume is held together with safety pins. That's it. It's just a weird contradiction that eats away at the joy, and to the very thought of going back feels disgusting. It doesn't feel good. It feels like psychological self-harm just to go to an anime convention. I genuinely hate it.
I'm seeing a lot of more people leave the anime space that are of skin color, that are of black, that are the same color as me, and they seem happier for it. They're hanging up their wigs. It's just not even a loss of passion. It's just because the ideas are still there. They're buzzing in your skull. The perfect design for a steampunk version of your character. I have this idea, right, for making a stormtrooper with a Super Mario hat. Oh my goodness, it would be so cool. I have this whole thing, red stormtrooper Super Mario with the mushroom chain. Ah, it'd be so great. And then on my waist, I have a combat belt that has different power-ups to Mario. And then the gun I have is a Bowser issue standard rifle, so I can be a Koopa stormtrooper. It would be so sick. Oh, I have so many ideas just in my head. And the intricate armor you can make with EV foam. The way you style your hair, just so I style my hair in so many different ways to do shit for cosplays. And I can just do this anytime I feel like it to get the hairs that I want. I could just do that without gel either. I can just get it up and just boom. Look at that. I'm almost there. Look at that. I got it all the way up, all the way crazy. I got a little bit of a frohawk going on. And then if I want to change it, I can just boom. And then boom, push it back, and then boom, it's all the way back, and it goes crazy. I can easily do a Super Saiyan with this. Wouldn't even take that hard. The passion is a fire, but the harassment is a constant. Oh my god, it's a constant cold drizzle, and eventually, even the strongest fires get drowned out. You get tired of the microaggressions disguised as questions. Oh, so you're the black version? No, I'm not an alternate universe. You get tired of the whispers that trail behind you. Like ghosts, the phrases you're not supposed to hear but always do. But the character isn't black. I don't know. The character isn't black. It's death by 1,000 paper cuts on your own enthusiasm. Something fundamental inside you. The part that used to thrill at the click of a hot glue gun just gives up. It surrenders. It decides that the mental armor required to simply wear a costume is too heavy to carry. You shouldn't have to emotionally brace for impact just to embody a character you love. You know that, right? You shouldn't have to paste on a smile and perform unbothered while your insides are curdling from the quiet, pervasive message that you are an intruder in your own community. So you stop. You stop. It's not even because you wanted to. It's just this cost of participation became your own dignity and your own peace. That's what happened. And it sucks. I don't want to end this video on a sad note, so I'm going to talk about the fragile hope that I have. The soil in the anime community is and has always been deeply toxic. The roots are tangled with this strain of elitism, gatekeeping, and racial bias so old it probably thinks subtitles are a newfangled invention. I remember when I watched it raw in 3 parts on YouTube. These people treat fandoms like a private kingdom, and they are petty, cruel lords of their sinking manner. And that's precisely why I am genuinely, profoundly happy to see anime go mainstream. Every new diverse fan who joins the girl in a hijab cosplaying Sailor Moon, the Latino kid with a perfect Luffy straw hat, that non-binary person I saw rocking a Jujutsu Kaisen uniform, you're cool, appreciate you. It's a dilution of that old poison. They are a wave of fresh water flooding a stagnant swamp. It's nice. The gatekeepers are being outnumbered, they're angry, muttering, becoming mere static. In the background of a much louder, more vibrant, more joyful conversation is what's happening. They're being shoved to the margins, their relevance fading like a bad photocopy. They don't get to dictate the terms of belonging anymore. There's something beautiful, something deeply just in watching their power wane. Sure, the rod is obviously still there. I can get it. You can smell it sometimes. It's nasty. It's gross. It's disgusting. Hate to see it. Yeah. It's like mold creeping under the brand new, brightly colored wallpaper. Their presence lingers. But they are no longer the architects of this world. The walls are being repainted. The foundation is being reinforced. And the house is finally, blessedly, being open to everyone. The fight isn't over. For the first time, it feels like we're winning the war for the soul of the worlds we love. Very happy about this, so keep fighting that good fight, my friends in the deep anime culture. I am so happy to be a part of the new wave of anime. It's nice. And I've been watching anime for quite some time at this point. I watched it when I first had leukemia. When I had leukemia, I'm a cancer survivor. Whoop-de-doo. I had leukemia and started watching anime in the hospital room with Crying Freeman and Trigun and the Tsunami shows that I didn't watch when I was younger.
And I watched Inuyasha and all this other stuff around the age when I was 17. It was really nice. I'm 29 now, but it was so cool watching all that stuff. It was amazing. Loved it so deeply. Great stuff to watch. So, let me know your thoughts about the entirety of this rant. Have a lovely day or night wherever you're at. And I'm going to end this video with talking about something personal. So, I have a GoFundMe set up. GoFundMe specifically for the nerve pain in my back. If you guys want to help out with that, that'd be lovely. I put it in the top comment of this video. Don't know if this video is going to go anywhere, but I'd appreciate it if you guys could help a brother out. If you don't have any money to spare for the holiday season, please focus on those around you and loved ones. It is already difficult enough for everybody. Don't feel inclined to donate or help some random black guy on the internet talking about racism in an anime. You don't got to do it. But I do appreciate you nonetheless. Have a lovely day or night wherever you're at. And I'm out. Peace. Bye. Two hands feel weird? That feel weird? Anybody? That feel strange? No? 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 Okay, bye.
I'm your Nick and Night, be my Laurel, low. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride when you're free.